Have you ever found yourself at the crossroads of doing what's popular versus doing what's right? This is where we find Jake. A high school junior, a good kid caught in the whirlwind of adolescence. Picture this, Jake and his friends, their hearts racing with the thrill of finding an abandoned warehouse, a forbidden adventure just a few steps away. Mischievous grins spread across their faces. "Let's go inside," one of them suggests. Jake hesitates. Trespassing, Jake thinks. He knows it's wrong, but the chorus of agreement from his friends is compelling. "Don't be a chicken, Jake," they taunt. The fear of being labeled a coward, the desire to fit in, pulls at him, threatening to drown his better judgment. This is the dilemma. Jake is torn between the desire to fit in with his friends and his instinct to do what was right. It's a battle between popularity and principle, a test of character that we all face at some point in our lives. In such moments, courage is not about being fearless, but about making the right choice despite our fears. This was precisely the situation Jake found himself in. Standing outside an abandoned warehouse, his friends urging him to join in the thrill of trespassing. Inside Jake, a battle was waging. On one side was the desire to fit in to avoid the sting of his friends calling him a coward. On the other side was his moral compass. He could hear his parents in his head, asking him what would Jesus do? And that's when the answer came. A voice whispering the words of Exodus chapter 23 verse 2, reminding him of his responsibility to do what is right and fair, regardless of what others were doing. The decision was a tug-of-war between his fear of isolation and his commitment to integrity. But it was more than just a fleeting moment of teenage rebellion. It was a defining moment, a crossroads where he had to choose between the path of least resistance and the path of righteousness. As his friends' laughter echoed in the background, the weight of the decision pressed down on him. But with each passing second, the right choice became clearer. The words of the Bible, the teachings he had grown up with, rose louder than the voices of his friends. He could no longer ignore the call to stand up for what he believed was right. Summoning his courage, Jake turned to his friends. "Nah, guys," he said, his voice steady despite the knot in his stomach. "I don't think it's a good idea." His words hung in the air, a testament to his resolve. His friends scoffed and walked away, leaving Jake standing alone. But at that moment, he didn't feel alone. He felt a sense of peace, a sense of certainty that he had made the right decision. He had chosen to listen to his inner voice, to stand up for his beliefs, to uphold his integrity. Jake had chosen integrity over acceptance, a decision that wasn't easy, but felt right. And in doing so, he had shown not just his friends, but himself the power of choosing what is right even when it means standing alone. Jake's story is a powerful reminder of the importance of moral courage. This high school junior found himself at a crossroad, a point where he had to choose between what was right and what was easy. His experience is a testament to the fact that we all face similar crossroads in our lives, moments where our character is put to the test. Jake's decision to not trespass despite the pressure from his friends is an embodiment of Exodus chapter 23. This passage whispers to us in the quiet moments of decision, reminding us not to follow the crowd in doing wrong but to stand firm in doing what's right and fair. Jake's choice to walk away to stand alone was a brave act of moral courage. His decision wasn't easy. It took strength to stand up to his friends, to choose integrity over acceptance. It was a choice that left him feeling both relieved and isolated, but it was a choice that defined him, that showed his true character. Jake chose to be a light in the darkness, a voice of reason, in a chorus of conformity. He chose to do what was right, even when it was unpopular. This is what the Bible commands us to do. It calls us to a higher standard. It challenges us to not just avoid doing wrong, but to actively do what is right. It encourages us to stand up for what we believe in, even when it's unpopular, even when it's hard. It reminds us that our choices define us and that our actions speak louder than words. Every choice we make here on earth will be judged according to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 14. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. So before you do what everyone else is doing, be it speeding, stealing, lying, cheating, etc., ask yourself, are you ready to be judged? Are you prepared to stand before God and tell Him that your trust in Him was limited? That you didn't trust him enough to provide, that's why you are stealing. Are you prepared to tell God that you've been cheating on your taxes or misusing funds because everyone else does it? Or will you stand by his words and know that God will and shall answer all your prayers? There is never a need to choose the darkness if you have faith. So let's take a leaf out of Jake's book. Let's strive to do better, to be better. Let's have the courage to stand alone to uphold what is right. Let's remember that being true to our principles is the most authentic way to live our lives. Let's honor not just ourselves, but the teachings that guide us. In the end, it's not about being popular or fitting in. It's about being true to what we know is right, following the path that leads to integrity and honor. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a comment down below and tell me, are you a follower or a leader? Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Till next time. May you and yours walk the path of light.